Should you leap and let the net appear? Are you saying you don't trust the universe by working your day job? Will you tell the universe that you're more abundant if you just say, you know what? I don't need you to my day job. All right, hold it right there. Pull the brakes right now. Okay, guys, hold on. Gotta take a sip of my coffee. Load up your coffee cup for this. All right, here we go. I'm gonna tell you guys some firsthand experience about quitting my day job when I was 24.
I love you, bye-bye.
Thinking that it would somehow manifest success for me in my creative career ambitions. Now, disclosure, I also had my real estate license. So I was working a day job as a sales rep, selling SEO. I was a telemarketer. Plus, I had my real estate license, plus doing stand-up comedy nightly in New York City. Okay, so I did have that real estate thing, but I was brand new to real estate. And if you don't know, when you're in real estate, you don't get paid until you make a sale or get a rental. So it's all commission based. And so anyway, I had no time to do all that because it's a lot of work. But my day job was crushing my soul. I was so sad all the time, immensely sad. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, is this my life? Working a low paying job. I made $24,000 a year at my sales job, not even that long ago. But their whole thing was, but we pay commission on your sales. Now, mind you, it was a product that, I mean, it's a good product, but it was overpriced. And I don't know. It was just one of those products. I felt like I was scamming people, which ethically my soul had a hard time dealing with it. But, you know, when you need to eat, you don't have the luxury of doing aligned work all the time, guys, right? Don't judge. But anyway, so I would go in the sales job, and I would go in the sales job every day. You had to have a quota of calls, and they would listen into your calls. I had to follow a script. I couldn't even be creative, just going off the script, having fun talking to people. Like, if they let me just go off the rails a little bit, or I could have fun, they probably would have got more sales. But going on the script, it was kind of gross too. They had a white collar script and a blue collar script where we would talk differently. I don't like that. I don't like that. So I was just sad because my soul was sad. And also, you know, it's a full-time job. So it's like I was too tired to do my comedy. Anyway, I go into work one day, and at this time I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, you know, a lot of motivational YouTube videos. Will Smith video where he goes, do not have a plan B because plan B will whatever. And I really was saying to myself, like, yeah, I can't, this is my plan B. And maybe if I quit my job and just put it all into comedy and got good at the real estate, because real estate, that was my goal, because I could create my own schedule. So if I got an audition, I could, you know, go to it. Essentially, as a creative, you know, you do need a flexible schedule. And so the real estate that is my why with getting my real estate license, but I was still new and struggling. But long story short, I was thinking to myself, I was like watching all these motivational tapes, and a lot of them tell creatives and speak about abundance, like, you know, that quote, leap and the net will appear. So I was in that mindset And so anyway, I go in to my sales job. I had to be there at 8 a.m. It was the same thing. Same monotony. I want to love monotony, but anyway, just my soul was so empty. I just remember one tear streaming down my cheek as I'm putting on a smile, talking. Hi! They made us talk like this. Hi, Mr. Smith. Hey, Mr. Smith. This is blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah. The whole script, same garbage, not for me. And anyway, so just my soul was on empty and just one tear filled down my cheek. And I had a little bit of an existential crisis. I'm like, what is life? What is life? And I thought of that Will Smith motivational video. Do not have a plan B. So I said, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, I was like, my soul is telling me not to be here. So let me listen to my soul and it'll create more opportunity. All that motivational stuff. So I said, I'm gonna quit. And by quitting, it's gonna create more opportunity in my creativity. I'm gonna be telling the world that I trust you, and it's gonna finally open up the gates to making a living off my art. So long story short, I go in there. I don't know what came over me. I kind of panicked. I was thinking to myself, what can I do to tell these people like an emergency on why I have to quit? And I was like, I know. I got an acting gig. That way, it's like no hard feelings because an acting gig, if you get an acting gig, you have to, at the drop of a hat, you have to be there. So I was like, yeah, that's logical. That is logical. It was at a place where it said, focus on logic, not emotions. This sales job. I actually, that one poster, focus on logic, not emotions, actually did influence me in a lot of ways. But anyway, so I was like, I'm doing it. I'm pulling the lever. So I go to my manager, I go, hey, I got an acting gig and I'm so sorry. I have to quit.
I love you, bye-bye.
He was like, what?
I love you,
my
bye-bye.
job's only like 24, 25. But just something in me. I had to get away from this job. It was making me so sad.
I love
just
you, bye-bye.
didn't know what the point of life was anymore. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. This is what I got to do every day. I just can't. I can't.
I love you, bye-bye.
It was sales and telemarketing. Like, sales I like. Everything is sales, but not telemarketing for a product that I didn't align with. Anyway, I quit. And my goal was to put my energy into my real estate stuff and my comedy. Now, what happened was I was panicked for when a human's basic needs are not met, like food, shelter, water. There's a survival instinct that goes into fight or flight. So here I thought I'd have way more capacity to create. I actually had less because I was so busy freaking out. Just like, I didn't feel safe in my life, you know what I mean? So, lesson learned, don't quit your day job. And number 2, don't take these motivational tapes for like word by word. Even stuff I say, don't even trust that all the time. You know what I mean? Just, you always gotta do what's right for you. Do what's right for you, because I just put, I was trying, I have to say I commend myself for taking action, but I took it the wrong way. So I do not recommend quitting your day job. Now, mind you, forget that job. You know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows what the right thing is? But I meet a lot of people, actually, in LA, New York, and a lot of people are like, yeah, I quit my job. And it's like, that's great. And then, they're panicking. So don't put yourself in a situation until you have something to cross off of. There's a lot of chatter out here chasing your dreams and following your heart and all that, like, do it with a plan, do it with strategy. Don't put yourself in a situation where it could put you in a bad situation where your mental health, you don't feel supported, you don't feel safe, and then you can't even focus on your art. So get a plan together. So reasons not to quit your day job yet, if you're not able to make a living off of your art just yet, is financial stability will help you feel more secure, and therefore you'll be able to have the capacity to be a little bit more creative. There's that little thought of, oh, if I put myself in a situation where I have no choice but to figure it out, then I'll figure it out. Maybe, but do what works for you. I personally didn't work for me, so do what works for you though. Second reason not to quit your day job is learning opportunities. So, all right, I studied a lot of funny characters at that sales job. There were a lot of characters at that sales job. And you know what? Hey, it gave me the gift of sales, which literally everything is sales. So that perception of sales is gross. It's not true, because literally everything is sales, okay? Even if your goal is to sell bracelets at a flea market, you're selling. Even if you're in a band, you're selling yourself, you're selling your merch. Get the learning opportunity from your day job. I promise you can find a nugget that crosses into your craft. Number 3 is your own well-being. Having that day job, and if you get the beauty of having health insurance, like, that's so important to making sure you're taken care of. But also it helps you feel a little more in control of life. That's just me. Do what works for you though, as always. And 4 is funding your dreams. You're gonna need money to fund your dreams, whether it's a $30 subscription to Adobe or a $15 subscription for drum lessons. You gotta have some money to create, unfortunately, So in conclusion, not saying don't follow your dreams. You guys know I support following your dreams. But what I do say is just be strategic about it and listen to what you yourself needs. I know there's so much people saying, here's what you gotta do, and you gotta trust the world, and listen to what you in particular need. The complete mistake of thinking quitting my job is like telling the universe that I trust it, it's gonna give me more. I'm a hippie at the end of the day, and so my own hippie meta, no, just stop. Work smart, be strategic. Yes, follow your dreams with strategy. Keep on keeping on. We're gonna figure this out, okay? We're all on this journey together. So click subscribe. Remember, with a cup full of coffee and a heart full of dreams, there's nothing we can't do. Click subscribe, like, and follow, and let's all be friends.